She may look like she is smiling, but she's actually very sad inside. Miss Maggie has a problem. One day, she was walking on campus when she heard her students talking about her. These are some of the comments that they have made.
She's cute, but she's the most boring teacher I've ever known.
We are stuck with her. I feel like staying at home and sleeping.
I prefer watching wet paint dry up rather than attending her class.
Hey, how's my eyelash today? Don't I look pretty?
Go home, you bunch of losers. I don't have any problem with her.
Why are most of her students saying negative things about her and her teaching delivery? A closer inspection at Miss Maggie's class revealed that she is actually a single tool teacher. A single tool teacher is someone who only have one approach to teaching. In Miss Maggie's case, she likes to lecture and lecture alone. She is an extreme example of teachers with limited teaching methodologies. Miss Maggie's student summarizes her in a very vivid way.
When Miss Maggie walks into the class, she turns into a megaphone. And that is not cool.
As teachers, we need to have a wide variety of teaching methods and approaches. A teacher with high teaching efficacy level can be pictured as a toolbox that is filled with different types of tools. The Teacher's Toolbox series is an ongoing series of videos featuring different ways to teach and engage students' attention in the classroom. We call these methods as the engaging teaching methods. Now, it is clear that Miss Maggie needs to change. Fortunately, there are many ways that she can take to make her class more engaging. In this video, we will share with you a famous method invented by Professor Elliot Aronson called the Jigsaw method. Before we go to the steps, let me briefly state the benefits of the Jigsaw method and also a recommendation on when it is best used by teachers. Briefly, the Jigsaw method empowers students to take charge of their own learning. It also makes students learn without realizing that they are learning. It encourages peer tutoring. This is found to be better for retention and retrieval of facts. And on top of it all, it makes learning fun. The Jigsaw method is best used when a lesson requires a teacher to cover a few interrelated concepts in one session. The keyword is few, and by few, we mean 3 to 5 concepts. Examples for this would be 5 types of animals: mammals, birds, fish, amphibians, and reptiles. 3 types of clouds: stratus clouds, cumulus clouds, cirrus clouds. 3 types of graphs: line graph, bar graph, pie charts. 3 types of measures of central tendency: mean, median, and mode. I think you got the point. This is Miss Maggie's office. This is where she does her teaching preparation. What does Miss Maggie need to do if she is to prepare for a jigsaw lesson? In order for Miss Maggie to conduct a successful jigsaw lesson, she needs the following. Number 1, she needs to prepare handouts. Now let's assume that Miss Maggie is teaching a lesson on basic statistics, where she would introduce all the 3 types of measures of central tendency to her 9 students. Miss Maggie will then prepare 3 sets of strips of paper containing the 3 concepts: mean, median, and mode, along with brief description and examples for each. The concepts would then be numbered 1, 2, and 3 as shown. The second thing that Miss Maggie needs to do is to prepare review quiz items. Miss Maggie would need to end the Jigsaw lesson with a fun, non-graded quiz. Again, the keyword here is non-graded. The purpose for this is to help students consolidate their understanding of the concepts that they taught each other and learned together during the Jigsaw lesson. Looks like Miss Maggie is ready with her handouts and also her quiz. Is there anything else that she will need to conduct a Jigsaw lesson successfully? Well, there's one thing that we hope she would have. That is enough space in the classroom. Miss Maggie would need enough space in the classroom to make group activity possible. Students must sit in a circle while in their groups, and they need to maintain eye-to-eye and knee-to-knee position throughout the lesson. And by knee-to-knee, we are referring to the space between people where ideally there is no physical thing in between them, like a table or a desk. Now that Miss Maggie is ready with her teaching materials, let's go to the next part of this video tutorial. The Jigsaw method step by step. The first thing that Miss Maggie needs to do is to divide the class into smaller groups, also known as home groups. How many members should there be in each group? Well, since she would be teaching 3 concepts, she would then arrange to let each group to have 3 members. That means, since she have 9 students, she will have 3 different home groups in her Jigsaw lesson class. Now note that the number of members in home group will be dependent upon the number of concepts to be covered. The second step in the Jigsaw method is that she will then provide the following instruction to students, or something similar.
We are going to learn 3 fundamental statistical concepts today. The 3 different types of measures of central tendency or averages, namely mean, median, and mode. But I'm not going to teach them to you. You are going to teach them to each other. However, because of time constraints, you are only going to specialize and gain expertise in one concept, which you will then be teaching others. There will be a quiz at the end of the lesson to measure how well you have taught your portion of the lesson. The quiz will also reveal how well you have learned these concepts. So class, I encourage you to take the teaching seriously because others' learning along with yours depends on it.
Step 3. Next, she will distribute each set of the 3 concepts, stapled together, to each group. And then she will ask students to divide the 3 concepts among themselves in their own home groups.